Good afternoon, Windermere Country Club. We are out in the field today at the Golf Course Maintenance Turf Center. And I know we have talked a lot about WCC Project 2020, but we're here today with Aaron Olaf. And Aaron has a very significant project improvement going on as we speak with the renovation of the Turf Center.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, so as Ryan mentioned, the Turf Center renovation is kind of a behind-the-scenes addition to the Project 2020. And really, it consists of improving 3 of our buildings down here. The current building, and then we're going to be adding a whole new building behind me here. And then in the far distance, you'll see, and we'll get closer to it, our new sand storage, or material storage, chemical building, and a new equipment wash and fuel area.
So Aaron, obviously we've got some great things planned here for the Turf Center. For those members that have never been down here, and it's such an important piece of our ability to maintain our #1 asset with the 27 holes of golf, walk us through some of the challenges that you're currently dealing with on a daily basis and why this project is so important to make improvements in the future.
We really looked at 2 separate things. One is current equipment and current staffing. As you can imagine, 27 holes of golf requires a lot of both, a lot of equipment, a lot of staff. And right now our challenges are keeping the equipment that you all purchase as an asset here, along with our employees, providing them adequate resources and space to enjoy where they're working, come in, have lunch, use something as simple as using a bathroom. So those were really the main focal points when we were planning all this, is how can we improve the facility for the equipment and also the facility for our fellow staff members.
Excellent, Aaron. Thank you very much for giving us an idea of what you're currently dealing with. How many employees do you have on an annual basis as far as full-time that help us take care of the golf facilities here at Windermere Country Club?
We'll have 30 full-time employees year-round to help maintain all 27 holes here at Windermere.
How important and how excited is your team for the improvements that are planned for the future and currently in progress?
Yeah, I think initially it's hard for them to kind of get a grasp of what we may be doing, but now that they can actually see the work in progress, we started construction a couple weeks before Christmas, and now that we're 6 weeks into it or so, and now they can see some of the buildings going up, you can definitely sense that they're getting excited to see how this new facility comes together.
So Aaron, here we are in the current Turf Center maintenance facility, Building A as we call it, and you've talked about we're going to expand over to another building. It's really of similar shape and function. For those who have not been here, walk us through what is involved and what takes place in this building today, and talk about, I mean, you've got plenty of pieces of equipment over here. Wow. What are some of these pieces of equipment and how important are they into maintaining our golf course?
Yeah, so the Building A, as Ryan mentioned, we'll have everything from where the equipment technicians work down here to where we store all of our current equipment. So as you can see, we have roughly 22 gas utility carts that the staff would use on a daily basis to mow greens, just general getting around the golf course, doing tasks day to day. And further away, you'll see a series of our fairway mowers, rough mowers, all equipment that we use to help maintain the turf, the playable surfaces, the best that we can on a day-to-day basis.
All right, what we've done now is we moved over to really where the focus of the project has started, dating back to mid-December. And really, Aaron, walk us through, what do we see right here? What is it going to be used for the future, and why is it a valuable piece of the project?
All right. Yeah, the structure being built right behind us is going to serve as our material holding space. So that would be anything from sand for bunkers to potting soil, anything that we need to store here on site for all the various tasks that we complete on the golf course throughout the year. We're going to have a covered space to store all those materials. In the past, we had something similar, but it didn't have a roof on it, so we could get debris coming in from over the top. And as you can see, this new building is built up quite a bit higher than the current parking lot, whereas the original structure was actually sitting in the lowest area and every time it would rain, we would have puddles of water down at the base of these materials that we're trying to keep clean. As you can imagine, if we're going to top dress greens, we do not want contaminants in that sand because that would have a negative impact on the greens themselves. Same thing with the bunker sand. We want that to stay nice and clean and white. So this sand storage area is going to be a valuable resource just to help us protect what we're spending our money on.
So over here you can see our existing chemical building, obviously where we store all the chemicals that are used on the golf course. And as I walk over here to my right, you can see the current wash station. And as we pan back over here to Aaron, walk me through, we've talked about the material storage bin, the benefit that's going to provide for the golf course maintenance in the future. Walk me through why we're relocating these areas over here, what benefit that's going to have for you and the team moving forward.
Okay. Yeah, so as Ryan mentioned, the current chemical building is to my right over here. We're going to relocate it over here, and next to that's going to be equipment wash and refueling area, so the gas and diesel tank. And the reason why we decided to relocate it over here was really from an efficiency standpoint. As our staff members come back off the golf course, we want them to interact with where they're going to clean and refuel the machine right off the bat. The existing facility, they were washing in one area and having to drive to a completely separate area of the facility to refuel the equipment. So by us relocating over here, we're going to be more efficient completing these tasks. You know, a lot of people just see what we do on the golf course, but by being more efficient as we're coming into the shop, that helps get the guys back out on the golf course where they can complete another task for the day.
So Aaron, a lot of great stuff going on here again with the wash station, the new chemical location, material storage. How much longer is this area going to take before we move on and transition into Building B, which is a new equipment storage for you?
Yeah. Well, our goal is to have this area completed by the 1st of May. We really want to be in this area before our rainy season begins. I think we are optimistic that we're going to be in there even quicker than that. But that's kind of our time frame as far as wanting to be in this area by the 1st of May and then transitioning into the next building. So the project is, even though it's all going to be completed over the course of 9 months, we're really trying to phase it to a degree so that we can continue to do our day-to-day operation and we're not being displaced in any means. So we're easily able to complete day-to-day tasks despite all the work that's being done over the next 9 months.
So Aaron, thank you again for taking some time out for us today to walk us through what's going on here down at the turf maintenance facility. You know, it's not the most exciting project, but it's definitely one of the most valuable that we're completing right now as part of WCC Project 2020, which will begin in April. So to get back to your turf center schedule, we started in mid-December.
Yep.
We're looking at this area over here to be completed hopefully by the end of April. When is final construction going to be completed as part of the new turf center?
We will be done by the 1st of September with everything we have planned.
Excellent. Well, thank you again for your time.
Yep, thank you.
We'll get you back out here again and show some progress on what you're doing out here. Keep up the great work, and thank you very much for all you and your team does.
Thank you again, Windermere members, for your support, not only for what we do on the golf course, but also back here at the Turf Center. I know I speak for the entire department that we're excited about this enhancement and look forward to showing you future details as they progress.